your back office pulled up now. I was going to share my screen, but I'm such like a hands-on learner. I thought it may be more helpful, especially for people watching the replay later. And you guys can obviously go back and watch the replay from your phone and get on your computer and do this later too. But just kind of go through it with me as you go. I could watch someone click through a back office and it would still like go right over my head. But if I'm like hands-on doing it, hopefully that'll help you a little bit more. And my baby and my husband are right in the next room, so hopefully they don't get too loud. Okay, so when you log into your back office, the first thing that you see, if you're fairly new at this, well, I guess everyone here is at least a team leader or senior team leader. So you guys are all probably pretty familiar with some of this stuff. But I'm going to go over, first of all, you see your current earnings tab, you see your promotion status, you see your key performance indicators. So I can't tell you how many times a day I get asked, what are these key performance indicators? What do they mean? So I'm going to tell you what's important, what you need to be focused on, what you really, really need to keep a close tabs on it for your own personal business. So obviously the first one, TGNS, that's total group new starts. That means anyone who has been added to your team by you or anyone in your downline. So in your total group, how many new people for the month? That starts over every single month. So on day one, we're at 0 and your total group new starts build up throughout the month. You want to track those. You want those to grow and grow and grow every single month, because you know that is your, that means your team's growing, your business is growing. So the next thing is active. So you either see a green check mark or a red X mark by active. So that leads me into PQV and AQV and the difference between those two, because either of those things can make you active. Sorry, I didn't even mention my dog might go crazy too. So it's a wild house over here, you guys. Okay, so PQV and AQV can both make you active. PQV means personal qualifying volume. AQV means auto ship qualifying volume. So everything that you sell, whether it's a retail customer or whether it's a preferred customer, it goes to PQV. Your PQV has to be at 150 in order for you to be active. Any personal purchase, any one-time personal purchase goes towards PQV as well. AQV, your auto ship qualifying volume, that has to be at 100 for you to be active. So either of those things, both of those things don't have to happen to make you active, just one or the other. PQV at 150 or AQV at 100. A lot of times I've seen people make the mistake of their PQV is at 125 and they want to place a $25 order to make themselves active at the 150, but they place it as an auto ship order. And that goes to AQV. And so it's like some is here and some is here. So just make sure if you are placing your, it's going to the right place. So the thing that goes to the 150, PQV to make you active, anything that you sell, anything that you purchase as a one-time order. AQV, any auto ship purchase. So hopefully that makes sense. Either of those things make you active. The other things that I look at personally in the key performance indicators, TGQ, QV, total group qualifying volume. That number is so important. Once you're active, you want to maximize your commission. I'm sure everyone here knows to maximize your commission, you hit different ranks, you unlock more percentage levels on your personal customers. So if your PQV is up to $499 or up to 500, you're getting 10%. 500 to 999, you're getting 15%. So you unlocked an extra 5%. And then over 1,000, you're getting 20% of your preferred customer orders in there. So if you're really close, keep an eye on that. And if you're close to another threshold, another 5% increase in commission, I always run for that at the end of the month. And I encourage my team to do the same. But then on the flip side, TGQV, total group qualifying volume. This, if you're all here, I know everyone listening to this is a leader. So if you are looking to promote to the next rank, obviously to hit team leader, you have to personally enroll your 3, but all of the other ranks have a TGQV requirement. So in order to hit senior team leader, you have to have 5,000 TGQV, total group qualifying volume. Everything that you do, everything that anyone on your team does, purchases, sales, kits, any of it, that all goes to TGQV to count towards that big number that you need for the rank. So you need 5,000 TGQV in order to hit senior team leader. You need 15,000 TGQV in order to hit director. Each rank has that TGQV requirement. So I'll go more into like rank advancing and how to track and everything like that in a minute. I just wanted to go over these key performance indicators. Those are the ones that I look at the most. Obviously, QL means qualified legs. To hit senior team leader, you need 4 qualified legs. A qualified leg means that there is at least 300 in volume coming from that leg. So people get confused about active and qualified. To be active, you have to have $150 in PQV or the $100 had 3 personally enrolled active advocates under you. For senior, oh no, did I freeze up? Sorry, it said my connection was unstable. Hopefully I'm back. I'm good. Okay. For senior team leader, those you have to have the 4 legs across the top, and they have to be qualified. So qualified is different than active. Qualified, there has to be 300 coming from that leg. Now, it does not have to be the person at the top of that leg. Sometimes you might have someone who doesn't really want to do much with the business at the top of a leg, but you're looking at their TGQV. That is what has to be 300 for it to be a qualified leg. So anything underneath them counts towards their TGQV, you know? So even if that person at the top isn't active, as long as their TGQV is 300, that's a qualified leg for you to hit senior team leader. And you need 4 qualified legs to hit senior team leader. But again, this keeps up with it for you. QL, that means how many qualified legs that you have. So I didn't want to spend too much time on the KPIs, key performance indicators, but I know a lot of people get overwhelmed and confused with those acronyms. Those are the ones I use the most, and those are the ones that you should look at, you know, on a daily. The next thing I wanted to talk about is when you're looking at your home screen in your back office and you see my promotion status. So you see a little percentage clock. It shows you what percentage you are to the next rank. So underneath that, if you click on view promotion details, it will take you to something that has a little checklist, and mine says oops when I do it, because I don't have a next rank to hit. Hold on one second. I'm going to pull it up. Ashley sent me a screenshot of hers earlier. Okay, so what it says, you must be an advocate. You must be qualified to receive commissions. You must have a good account status. So basically, you must be an advocate. You want to be an active advocate and be, you know, the 150 or the 100. Qualified to receive commissions, have a and then it tells you what you need for that next rank. So if you're running, a lot of people get confused about the balance, and that's something that you're going to run into moving forward in your business. And the view promotion details will tell you your total volume, but if you've ever noticed, your total volume might be different than the volume that it shows. Each rank, when you hit senior team leader and director the first time, balance doesn't matter. But to maintain, so every rank has a maintenance volume. To maintain, you have to be balanced. So when the balance rule for senior team leader and director is 60%. So what that means is no more than 60% of the volume that you are running for can come from one leg. So let's say you hit senior team leader for the first time, you hit that 5,000 in volume, you locked it in, everything's great, you had all the moving parts that you needed to hit senior team leader. You only ever have to hit a rank one time. After that, it's just maintenance volume for that rank. When you're running for maintenance, all the legs and all those little moving parts, you already hit it once, you don't have to ever hit that again. All you have to do is make sure you hit that maintenance volume and make sure that you are balanced at whatever percentage rule is for that rank. So let's say senior team leader, you need 4,000. You hit it once at the 5,000, you need 4,000 to maintain it. So there's a 60% rule that applies at senior team leader. So I'm gonna get my calculator out. 4,000 is what you're running for, times 60% of 4,000 is 2,400. So no more. What that means is no more than 60%, the 2,400 can come from one leg. This means really you can't get one rock star on your team and then just kick your feet up and like just see what they do. You really recruiting to make sure that your organization stays balanced and stays, a healthy organization. You don't want everything to just come from one or two legs. You always need at least three legs. We encourage you, have 5 plus, but you always need 3 legs to stay balanced. The 60% rule applies at director, and then when you hit master and above, it's 40% rule. So same concept, but only 40% can come from one leg. So I know that's a lot. If you're brand new, if you just hit team leader and you're like, what the heck is this lady talking about right now? It's a lot, but you will run into it in your organization, and it is something that is important for you to know up front. So the best way to not have an issue with the balance is just keep recruiting and have multiple people that you're helping in your downline, and everyone wins, and you're not going to ever have an issue with balance if you do that. So okay, next thing. Hopefully I haven't totally overwhelmed everybody yet. Promise I got the hard stuff out of the way first. All right, next thing, if you are the top little banner across the top of your back office, resources tab. Resources tab is going to be your best friend. You guys, corporate has set us up for everything you could possibly ever need. If you go back there and you're like, whoa, I'm overwhelmed, there's so much stuff back here, good. They're way better to have more information and more resources. Just know where to find it. Just kind of dig through there and get comfortable with it. There is no reason that everybody in 5 years should not be a 3-star master, truly. We have everything that you need to skyrocket to the top of this company if you are plugging yourself in and using these resources. So when you log into your back office, or when you click on the resources library, it breaks it down for you. It has all the categories, different incentives that are current that you can run for. It has launch system. Our launch system is back there from the perspective of a newbie and from the perspective of a leader. So if you're kind of feeling new, if you're kind of feeling like you need to relaunch, go to the newbie one, go through all those steps. I still do those same newbie things every day. Like, it doesn't change. What everyone always asks me, how do you continue to grow? How do you keep doing all this, promoting and rank advancing and growing? I keep doing the same things I did from day one. That is how you grow. You try to hit team leader every single month. I know everyone on here has already hit team leader once. Do it again. Do it again the next month. Do it again the next month. It's so simple. And yes, you're going to find some people who really want to just kind of dabble in this and maybe not do much and quit. That's okay. Those aren't your people. You're going to be there for them. If they come to you and if they want to do this and they want help, that's great. Always be a great leader for them, but don't get hung up on the ones who don't want it like you do. Because if you're continuing to hit team leader every single month and enrolling 3 every single month, you're going to find those rock stars. You are going to find them. And I promise you, when you do, your business is going to change and you're not going to have to worry about begging and pleading and doing all this stuff to the people who don't really want it. You're going to find those. So always focus on bringing in new people if you want to grow. So the launch system as a newbie, the launch system as a leader, they're both back there. So you as a leader, when you do recruit someone and when you do onboard someone, you can kind of walk through it with them. It tells you, here's what you should be doing with your newbie. Here's how to do a welcome call. Here's the script for a welcome call. Here's the script and everything that you need to help them with their launch event. So even if you're new yourself, maybe you're new and you recruited 3 people your first month and hit team leader and it's like, oh God, now I'm a leader. What do I do? Follow the steps in the back office. Easy. They give you everything that you need. So really dig into that. What else is back there? The core training, compensation plan, trying to figure out your why and different, just different resources that I was digging through today. Honestly, I'm like, gosh, there's so many new things back here that I really need to go back and dig through, and helping you kind of like brainstorm for your list of people to reach out to and different things like that. So dig through the resources library, everything that you could ever need. Product guides. So if someone, for example, asks me, can you tell me more about Boost Sleep? Well, guess what? I'm not an expert on any of these products, and I don't have to be because I can go to the back office and send them the product guide on Boost Sleep and tell them, hey, here's all the information that you need. Or if someone says, about the tinctures, the oils. How do I take it? What milligram do I need? What's the difference? I don't have to know. I've learned as I've gone. But if you're someone who's like, I'm extremely uncomfortable with this, that's okay. There's a video for tinctures that explains everything that anybody could ever need to know. Send it to them. It's 3 minutes. And I just like laugh at myself. I'm like, all right, obviously I'm not an expert here, but these people are. So watch them. They can explain it way better than I ever could, And like, I wouldn't just text the link, always send something along with it to make them want to watch it and let them know it's really short. It's 3-4 minutes and it tells you everything you need to know. Let me know what you think. That's what I kind of say no matter what video I send, no matter if it's about the company story or the tinctures or the skincare. Any question that anyone asks you, there's a resource for you to send them that will educate them on everything that they need to know. So you yourself go back there and get familiar with it all. So helpful. Okay, let me see what I have next. So organization tab, banner in your back office. Um, that's probably the one I used the most when you were looking for your customers and your team and what everyone's doing and what everyone's up to. So I'll do customers first and then we can talk about team and how to kind of sort through things and find things for your team. So there's a tab for retail customers and there's a tab for preferred customers. Obviously, retail customers, it's a one-time order. All of their information is going to be in there. You're not going to see like next auto ship date or anything like that because they just ordered once as a retail customer. But there's a little door beside. You might have to scroll over to the left a little bit. I think it's a door or some kind of little icon. I always think it's like a person popping out of the door. But if you click, it tells you their phone number, their email, their shipping address. Maybe they ordered once and you don't know, they haven't ordered again. There you go. You have every point of contact there to see what or to kind of like check in with them, shoot them an email, shoot them a text, like keep them updated on specials. Maybe they haven't ordered again because they were waiting on a deal, or maybe they ordered way back in the day when we only had tinctures and topicals that they don't even know about the skincare yet. So sometimes I'll take a day and be like, okay, all these people who have only ordered from me once, there's their emails. I'll put them all in an email, blind copy everyone, and just say, hey, here's some new stuff that we have. We've got a Black Friday deal going on or a Green Friday deal. Make sure, stay tuned to my Facebook page. I'll be talking about it there. Really stay in touch with your customers. So, and then if you look at the preferred customers tab, so this is, and I know there's no way, so this is probably what everyone's going to ask. And I think this is something that our back office team is working on, but there's no way to see what someone ordered right now. I think that's, like I said, I think that's coming, but there, you can see if you click on that little icon to the left of the person's name, there's a lot of information that you can see that's there. That's going to be really helpful for you. There's little tabs underneath each person's name once you click it. So obviously you can see their phone number, email, their address, and all of that. But if you click on orders, the orders tab, you can see their last order, how much it was. And a lot of times you can kind of see if they just ordered one product and it was $84.95, that's a 750 milligram bottle. So you can kind of see what they ordered, and you should, have close contact with your customers to know what it is that they ordered anyways, and kind of keep in touch with them. How's it going? How, are you experiencing good results with it? And some people may say, I'm not really having great results yet. I'm taking it for sleep. And like, when are you taking it? I'm taking it in the morning. Well, maybe we should try to take it at night. So really work with your customer and let them know that it is, you have to play around with it and find your sweet spot and whatever. So that I would definitely, you can see, hold on one sec, my computer's messing up. Okay, so you can see their last order date and what it was, but then if you click on auto ships, the next tab over, you can see their last processed order and the next one. So you can see the date of when it's scheduled to process. So the one I'm looking at right now, last processed on 11/6, next process date is on 12/6. So what I will do is go in and message them maybe on 12/1 or 12/2 and just be like, oh, I'm excited. Is there anything else? We have this new body oil. I know you love this, this, and that. We have this new body oil, and always keep them posted. People appreciate that. I used to think like, oh my gosh, maybe I'll be annoying if I'll like, what about this? What about this? But people are like, thank you so much for letting me know what else you guys have, what specials are going on, what these bundles are. And now I'm telling everybody, hey, December 2nd, you guys better be ready to click go if you want some of those samples. The stocking stuffer samples. So just, it's a good customer service touch, and the back office gives you all the tools that you need to be able to contact them, knowing when their last order date was, knowing when their next order date is. And like I said, you can't see what they ordered in the back office at this time, but have that conversation with them. Like, how are your products going? They're probably gonna, let you know what it is that they're using, how it, what they're doing. So you can find that out on your own. Okay. Now, my favorite, team. Okay, under organization tab again. Actually, someone asked really quick. I'm going to talk about Unilevel Tree Viewer. I saw on the page that somebody asked about how do you see other people who have joined in your organization if they don't join direct to you. So under Unilevel Tree Viewer, it literally shows everything broken out in tree form. So when you're always going to be at the top of your own tree. So when you click this, you're going to see yourself at the top. And then you can kind of see where everyone falls in your organization. I think this is extremely helpful because as your team starts to grow a little bit, the tree may get a little overwhelming. But as your team starts to grow, you can really see in your organization, okay, this person has personally enrolled 2 people. Let me pop in, let me check in with them and see how things are going. Maybe they don't even realize if they enroll 1 more, they're going to hit team leader. And maybe they didn't know that they were so close, so it's really cool to kind of get a bird's eye view of your organization. Now, you can, as your organization grows, or if your organization is already kind of too big to really see the tree, you can go to the box to the right and type in anyone's name. So let's say, I'll just use Ashley Shower as an example. She is in my downline. So I can go over here and type in Ashley's name. So, uh-oh, did I freeze? Am I good? Okay. So if I go and type in to the right, Ashley Shower's name, and I click her name in my Unilevel Tree Viewer, I'm going to be able to see things through her view. So you can do that for anybody in your downline, in your organization. So anyone who's on your team, if you want to kind of see what does their tree look like if they're looking at it, you can go through, you can type their name, and you're going to be able to see their tree as if they were looking at it. Then you can zoom back out and see yours, or you can zoom back in on someone else's. So that's really helpful. If you scroll over someone's little box in your back office and don't click their name, it will just tell you their stats. It'll tell you if they're active or not. It'll tell you their PQV. It'll tell you their TGQV. So that's a really a good way to kind of keep tabs on your team. Like, oh, someone's at 3,500 TGQV. And we got a week left in the month. They can really make a run for senior team leader. They need 5,000. They need this other person to do this. And you can really see it so you can be hands-on leader, help your team. A lot of people don't realize when they're really close to something. So have a close tabs on your organization. Okay, the team production tab. This is probably where I spend the most of my time. I say that with everything. I spend a lot of time in the back office if you can't tell. Okay, team production tab. It's so helpful, you guys. So it's like you can export it to Excel. So if you're on your computer, you can see, you go to it, and I think it's kind of hard to navigate through in the back office, but if you export it to Excel or export it to Numbers, if you have a Mac, you can really sort and play with all of those numbers and really get a good look at your organization. So I will sort by, so you can see it has everyone's name. This is your whole entire organization, anyone on your team, not customers. This is just teammates within your organization. So you can look at the date they joined. You can look at their current rank. You can see their PQV. You can see their TGQV, their personally enrolled, advocates, everything. So what I will do, at least once a week, I will go through and sort it by join date. I'll go through and say, you know what, I'm going to sort it in Excel, I export it to Excel, and I sort by the date they joined. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then you can kind of look. These all the people at the top are people who recently joined this month. And I look over to the PQV column. I'm like, this is cool. They just joined. I can see their PQV they've already got some sales in there. Let me reach out and say hi and congratulations and welcome to the team. Let me know if I can be a resource for you. You're rocking and tell you how important it is to reach down in your organization. I'll tell you a quick little story about Devin Shaw. I did not personally enroll Devin Shaw. Devin Shaw found Green Compass on a random anesthesiologist side gig page. And he was four on my layer 4. It's not someone that I personally worked with very closely, but one day I went through and I started playing in team production and I sorted and I found this human over here. I'm like, who is this? He's recruited 6 people. He just joined. What is going on? So then I know I can reach out and say, hey, can I ever help you with anything? Let me know. And here we go. Here's how I found Devin Shaw. His direct upline had never done anything with the business. She quit. Like, crazy, right? Like she had no clue what she had on her team. But sometimes the duds bring the studs. So that's why it is so important to reach Stephanie's that's why it's so important to reach down because you never know. This again is why it's so important to have launch events right off the bat because I just automatically assume this person who joins, they don't want it as bad as I do until they prove it to me. So I tell everyone, let's do a launch event because my goal as a leader, I want to get to their network. I want for their network to hear me because I'm assuming they're probably going to quit. And that is just the statistics of this industry. I know all of you guys are leaders. I know all of you guys want this. You're on here, you're committed to your business, and you're dedicated to being here and learning. And I think that's amazing. Do not get discouraged if not everybody that you recruit wants it as bad as you do. I have it happen all the time. But if you do a launch event, for them in the beginning. Now you are talking to people that they've invited to their launch event. So they might not end up doing much with the business, but somebody on that launch event might have seen you or seen the director upline that you have or one of your presidential founders do this launch event. And they might be like, okay, that's a person that you didn't know. If it wasn't for that dud, I don't want to say anything bad about anybody. It's just duds are people who just don't want it like we do. But the duds bring the studs. Have those launch events, reach down in your organization. So another like sort that I like to do in Excel, I will sort it by rank. So it tells you it by rank. And a lot of times if it'll say someone is an advocate on my team, but I see they've personally enrolled. Oh no, am I frozen again? Sorry. I can see advocate on my team, they've personally enrolled 2 people. So then again, I can reach out and say, hey, you realize you're 1 person away from hitting team leader? That's pretty cool. Let's run for it. What can I do to help you? So really so many different things and like when people join, what their PQV is, how many people they've enrolled, and as your team grows. I know this might be a little much for some people who are just getting rolling, but all of this stuff is just so helpful for you as your team is growing. Okay, last thing, tracking. This is so important to track your business and know where you're at. You can't just, everybody, if you're a senior team leader on here and you're like, I want to hit director, sounds good. We'll see where I'm at the last day of the month. Like, you got to hustle. Every rank advancement, you got to jump in, you got to hustle, you got to want it, you got to be willing to work for it, and you have to have a plan for every single day. So what I do when I'm running for a rank, I break it down to what I need every single day. Stubborn, I will not let my head hit the pillow until I've done what I said I'm going to do. And so what I do is, I'm going to do an example. So if you're running for director and director needs 15,000 in TGQV, in total group qualification volume, in order to hit that rank. So let's say we're in a month, November has 30 days. Is that right? Yeah, 30 days in this month. So I'll do that 15,000 that I'm running for this month divided by 30 days is 500. I need 500 TGQV every single day to hit director. Okay, cool. But like, where is that going to come from? So you have to take it a step further. Okay, what am I going to do to get that 500 a day? I can enroll someone on a 500 kit. There you go. That's 500 right there. Or let me see how I can help my team. If so and so, if I help them get their person off the fence that wanted the 299, and then these two people, let me follow up with those customers because one wanted an oil and one wanted the skincare. So, like every day, your mind has to kind of be working like that. Or let's say, um, you don't have anything in the works. You don't have anything, kind of pending on the fence at this moment. How are you going to gauge that interest? How are you going to get those people interested and excited so you do have some things in the funnel? Social media. What's your social media plan? How many people are you talking to a day? If you ended last month at 5,000 and senior team leader and you want to hit director this month at 15,000, your work ethic has to match your goal. You can't just say, maybe my team will do something. Let me kick my feet up and see how this goes. No, you've got to recruit more people. You've got to do more on social media. If you have a big goal, you've got to have the work ethic behind it and the plan and stick to it every single day. Every single one of you on here can do this, but you've got to plug in, you've got to be consistent every day, and you've got to have a plan. So I plan out what my process is Sunday nights, I sit down for an hour and I'll just kind of plan out my week. Like, what do I want to post about this week? How can I implement CBD and show my network? I find much more success with showing my network how I'm using the products versus just saying, this might help you with stress. Here's the link. I want to say, show them how I'm going crazy and how I'm a stressed out mom and whatever. And then that engages people. That really gets people interested in what you're doing and they don't feel like they're being sold to. They are intrigued and attracted to what you're doing. So kind of sit back and think about your life. How can you implement CBD into it? Like, for example, my baby, I could talk about Soothe Cream helps with topical skin issues. Or I can't tell you how many people started blowing me up when I was talking about putting it on my baby's booty for her diaper rash. And I'm like, and that's all I said. Didn't say, here's my link, who wants to try it? I didn't say anything like that. I said, have you guys read put anything like that on my child? And I just like did a boomerang of me putting the Soothe on her. I didn't have to say Soothe, I'm getting people's wheels turning. And they're like, what is it? What is it that she's using? What is that for her baby? I have a baby, so I have a lot of young mom followers. So I knew that would appeal to them. So kind of sit back, make your social media plan, really, really kind of hone in on what your network wants to see and what you think they will be attracted to, and show them how you're using your CBD. Instead of just telling them how they should use it, show them how you are using it. It can be with your dogs, wild dogs running around the house, no one's getting any sleep, or a baby that's teething, or whatever, a pile of laundry that's never going to get done. Make it funny, make it you, make it personable, show how you can implement CBD into your daily life, and that's going to be more relatable to people. So really get your social media plan, make your lists, stay on track with your goals. If you are running for a big goal, reach out to a lot of people every single day, 10 or 15 or more people. For me, in the beginning, I was like, all right, I want to do 5 new conversations every single day. Sometimes I was exhausted. It was 11:45 p.m. I just wanted to go to sleep. I had a new baby. Last thing I wanted to do was freaking reach outs. But guess what? I had a big goal and I had only done 4 that day. And I had hit my pillow. I was like, nope, got to get up. One more. I said I was going to do it. So that is what being committed to your business looks like. If you've got big goals and you want to get to that next rank, be serious about it and stay consistent and do it. You can do it. Okay, I know I kind of was all over the place a little bit there. Lori, is there anything else that you wanted me to cover?
No, I think this was soup to nuts for part 1 for sure. I am going to go back. So some of them in the chat, I think you might actually learn something on this, Lynsey. So this is going to be a benefit for you too.
I'm looking at the chat now too.
Sarah says that if you click on their active status, it shows you what is in their auto ship. So if they have an active auto ship, it'll show you the products that they're ordering. And then Anne put on here, go to downline orders and click the little thing on the right. It shows exactly what they ordered, including products, tax, and shipping. And I think somebody else had put that on there too. Maybe it was Kay or something like that. So
okay.
This was a benefit, I think, for you too.
Heck yeah. I had no, so it shows that for customers or just
Hopefully you can
advocates?
hear me. My internet says it's on.
I don't know, my connection is pretty.
That's a good question.
So yeah, if you go to the preferred customers and it says active,
my connection's unstable too.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, so yes, I knew that if you go to preferred customers and then you can see that they have an active order, you can see what their next order is going to be. Yes.
Okay.
But I didn't know that you could see what someone had previously ordered. So I need to go dig, and all the leaders have been like trying to wrap our brain around this. So thank you for teaching us something.
Hey, Lynsey.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Damon.
Yeah. So you can see what preferred customers order because they have that little icon next to them, but you still can't see what retail customers ordered, that one-time retail customer, but you can see what a preferred customer has ordered by clicking that little, scrolling over and clicking that little door icon.
So you can see like the product that they ordered before, or just what they have on their next order.
If you go to organization downlines orders.
Downlines orders. Is that inclusive of, okay, I was looking in preferred customers tab. So your preferred customers show up in that tab too?
No. Yes. Well,
no.
That's just your downlines.
No, it's everybody.
No,
it's
everybody.
They all show up in there.
They all show up in there. Those are all my preferred customers in the downlines orders.
Yeah, because they're your E1.
You can see everybody's orders if you want to in this area. Sorry.
Mine doesn't. Mine only shows up my team.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, mine doesn't do that.
When I click downlines orders, it shows all my customers.
Good. And that could be part of our rollouts too, you guys. I mean, some of you that are in the back office all the time and play around with stuff. I mean, I would get messages from Lynsey and she'd be like, oh, no, it has that, you know? I mean, so we work a lot with tech and it's crazy. I will admit it's probably my least favorite part of what I do. And I do very little of it. All I basically do is say, this is what our field needs and figure out how to make that happen for us.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Netta.
So I did put this in the chat earlier, and now I have two questions. I have people showing up in my downline orders. I have preferred customers, I have retail customers, and now I have a new thing called guest. I have two customers who are called guests. What is that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I had that question come to me today. I'm not really sure. We have that out to tech. Not sure if that's retail customers or somebody that they checked out at the checkout option. If you check out as a guest versus setting up an account, then that's, I think, where they show up.
That's what it is, because one of mine did it on accident and they can't change it.
No,
they can't turn them into a preferred. They can't reverse it. It's gone. Like, because I had a older guy, customer of mine, he did that on accident and it showed up and I didn't even know who he was. And he's like, I ordered it, and they couldn't reverse it. They couldn't make him a preferred customer. It was just somebody who checked out without an account. So
yep, if you check out without you have to create an account first in order to have an auto ship, basically.
Yeah.
I have another quick question. I hope it's quick. So sometimes I see so far I have 11 advocates. So far, as far as I know, none of them have any customers. But I see people on my list whose names I don't always recognize. Are they all my customers, or could some of them be advocate customers? Is there a way to tell if someone enrolls under as a customer under one of my advocates or if it's mine?
I think you can only see your own, like everyone can only see their personal customers and downlines.
No,
No.
I can see my advocates orders on my when you go to your downlines orders, I can see my advocates customers show up in there.
How
Correct.
do
They're
you
not
know-
customers of mine.
Is there a way to know that they're theirs versus yours?
I just know I don't know them. And they're not in, if you print out your preferred customer list and you put it up against those downline orders of those people, your name should match all your preferred customers or your retail customers. If they don't match, then they belong to your advocates.
Don't they have a number on them too?
I wish there was a way to know.
Are you guys saying it's all in one pot? Like it's all mixed in with downlines, orders, and customers, everything all in one
Yeah.
spreadsheet? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe if you export it to Excel, you can sort it by what's customer and what's advocate. I don't know. I thought that was all just downline stuff in there. I did not know that was customers in there. So that's something that I learned today.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss somebody because actually there's a new person on there and I can't even read the whole date, 11/20 something, a person's name that I don't recognize, a retail customer, and maybe they, saw my post and ordered or yeah, I don't know.
What you could do is send out, I mean, either way, they're in your organization. And as a leader, you could send out, their emails are in there, I'm assuming. So just send out an email blast like, thanks for ordering from Green Compass. And here's some deals that we have coming up. And like, put your name at the bottom so they know it's from you and not corporate. But yeah, I mean, you have their email and you can just, that may help even if it is a downlines customer, it still funnels up into your organization too.
Actually, what's interesting on this particular, I won't go into it, but this one doesn't have any information at all. No phone number, no email, nothing. That's weird.
So there was, just so you guys know, at one point when we had the app, people could get in there as basically kind of like a lead. And so if they went by your website, it got put in there as like a lead or a prospect kind of a deal. So that's where they could land it. So if you're not seeing any activity, like no PQV, no orders, no nothing, they may have just gone to your site at one time and kind of signed up to get a customer email or something like that, or clicked, I'd like more information. And that's how they landed there on your list. So it could be that they're just basically somebody that went to your site at some time and clicked, I'd like more information.
Weird. Okay. Thanks.
I have a question.
Sure. We're gonna limit it to one more question because this was part one.
Oh,
And we're
sorry.
gonna put all questions in the comment thread when I post the recording, and we'll do a part two.
I can wait.
You want to wait? Okay, perfect. Awesome. You guys, thank you so much for taking your Tuesday night out, especially Tuesday night of a holiday week. I know it's a busy week for everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your time. I really super appreciate Miss Lynsey Petty because she is the back office rock star. And I look forward to doing a part two. Like I said, I'm going to let the recording process. I'll post it later tonight for you guys. And then any additional questions you have, go ahead and post them in the comments. We'll follow up with those, and then we'll schedule a part two with getting those questions answered. So you guys have an amazing week. Everybody have an awesome Thanksgiving. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks.
Thank
Lynsey.
you.